Welcome back. Welcome back to another week of Face Off Around the Culture, the number one HBCU band podcast, powered by It's a Face Off. I'm your host, Horatio.
It's Vidal.
Hey, man, another week of band. This week, I mean, this is what, I don't know, week 7, week 6, 7.
We deep in the game, man.
Yeah. Now, look, normally I ask you how the week was, but I'm going to just tell you straight up. And you said this last week, right? Last week we had so much going on. We had the boombox. We had coming up the Capital City Battle of the Bands, the band news with FAMU and the Alabama State. It was so much going on. You said this is the peak of the season, and I felt like this week we went down on the downturn. What do you think
Yeah.
about this week in HBCU band?
It wasn't a lot of internet activity this week. For all the hardcore band fans, this weekend you could take a break. You could go talk to your friends on the weekends. You can take care of your kids and your families because you're not surrounded by the clips today.
Yeah, yeah. We still had some good matchups, and I'm excited to get into it. But of course, we start our episodes with
Yeah.
a theme, something to bring us back all together, something that represented the week in our eyes. And this week, our theme for this week is your band on autopilot? Is your band on autopilot? Like we just said, it's a lot going on. We're actually now getting into homecoming, which is a whole nother aspect of being in the band. We know that that's the heaviest time for the bands, heaviest time for the drum lines. You're doing a lot. Sometimes you just get on autopilot. And when you're seeing bands, you can't be on autopilot. You have to bring your game every week because you got people like us commenting and picking out and going through these games. Now, first of all, we want to say we appreciate all you guys following the page,
Yeah.
Instagram page at FaceOff ATC. Of course, you follow It's a Face Off. That's the brand page, but our own podcast page is Face Off ATC. And what I will say, look, we have a lot of people following us. A lot of bands are becoming cool with us because here we give a lot of great band advice on how to win battles, how to really do what you're supposed to do. But don't think that just because you cool with us that we're not going to we're not going to just say it like how we feel. No, don't think that at all, because I think a lot of bands that tried to cuddle up to us in our DMs this past weekend are not going to like our commentary this week. But other than that, man, is your band on autopilot, bro? What you got to think about the topic?
Look, I was thinking the same thing, man. Somewhat. What I like to do, I first hear the band, watch the video casually. If I just feel something like a little that's not there, that's a little off, I start zooming in. I'm looking at the people's eyes. How they looking? How they feeling? Are they still having fun in the program? Are they having discord between each other? One thing that we have always talked about in just a band period is that it always comes through the horn. If your section's not disagreeing, or if you beefing in between the section, it comes through the horns. And this is if you haven't got your issues and troubles in this mid-season worked out, it's definitely showing.
Yeah.
And I've seen
Yeah.
that in some of these programs that we're going to talk about this week.
Ooh, okay. All right. So look, before we get into the battles of the week, we got a lot of band news. Just with social media, it's a lot of band news going on. So I want to get the people in the chat, of course, our comments on it. Okay. We talked about this, I think, a little bit last week, but Fort Valley State band was suspended. Now, we knew that, but the football team also got suspended. What is going on down there in Fort Valley? I mean, the band was suspended before homecoming, based on hazing investigations. And then at the same time, a brawl broke out at the Fort Valley State homecoming game versus Central State. As a result, 20 players across both teams were suspended. Is it really worth it? Like, now who is going to be there for the school?
Come on. No band, no football team. What we going to do, man?
Like, come on, man. What are we doing? So, Fort Valley was fined by the conference, the SEAC. And like I said, schools, both schools also received a 1-game suspension. Damn, I didn't know fighting could get you suspended. I thought fighting was a part of the game. But
1 game. See, that's how you know football bringing in the money. They've been dismantling the whole programs and suspending them for whole years over a fight. My next question is, I wonder if they had their homecoming yet.
yeah, no. The fight was at the homecoming game.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, I mean, now it's after homecoming. It's kind of like, damn. I mean, you are, like we said, on the downside of the season, but still, like, damn. Come on, Fort Valley, get it together. And speaking of programs, like you said, being eliminated based on hazing, and this is in non-HBCU band news. Have you seen Harvard's orchestra?
Yes. Come on, man.
Was suspended for hazing. Now, of course, in our minds as band people, we go, "What is the hazing for an orchestra like?" Um, and it was allegedly it was this. The hazing included activities like as blindfolding new members, leading them up and down halls, quizzing them on upperclassmen names, and requiring taps for vodka and beer.
And this was like a camp event, wasn't it? Like a separate thing from the
Yes, it was
usual
at
performance?
right. It was at a retreat.
A retreat.
Just like how my point
Well,
is, it because when you see orchestra, you go ha 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 orchestra, like but it's the same kind of thing that y'all be doing in the band. So yeah, I mean it's crazy.
look, man. Let's take a look at this one, man. What in what world are we living in today? Is that we hated people, not for just the band, but the orchestra as well, and the non what there's no like extra clubs associated with the orchestra. Is no what you earn in stripes. No, you either first chair, second chair, third chair, etc.
Hmm.
You just getting hazed for the sake of it at this time, man. That's
Yeah.
it's kind of wild to see. And when I first saw that, my mind was blown. I was like, man, this can't be real, man. But obviously so.
Hey man,
And
it happened. Apparently, of course, their organization has to be under the compliance of the Hazing Campus Act, which they passed in 2024. So that allows that organizations like the orchestra can't haze. So yeah, man, they were suspended. The Harvard Radcliffe Orchestra. So just throwing out their band news.
yeah,
In the last band story we have,
hold on. This one more piece about that one though.
what's up?
From the reports I read, they'll still be able to perform, but they just can't use the name of the orchestra when they perform.
Wow, wow. Okay.
It's like nobody knows it's them. They
Yeah,
just
it's the
can't.
same. Yeah, formerly known as. It's the artist formerly known
Right.
as. Um, okay,
Our orchestra.
okay. Last band news before we get into the battles. Okay, Did you see that Bethune Cookman pulled out of the ESPN Band of the Year?
Yeah, man. I saw that, man. What you
I'm
think about that one?
I'm actually mad that Jackson State started this because Jackson State is the best HBCU band. So this allows other bands to not think it's okay, but just follow suit
Yeah.
just because, and to be honest, Jackson State last year when they went against A&T for that same battle, they was with it until they lost. So I don't know. I mean, and of course, in their mind, they're saying, who are you? We're Jackson State, for you not to choose us a band of the year, so they don't want to do it. Bethune now follows with the same rhetoric, which is kind of like the excuse is once you get to this level, you shouldn't really have to be judged. It kind of creates a competitive atmosphere when showing musicality across the band community is what is important. Right. Thomas Hilton says egos. Right. That's exactly what I'm saying. Right.
Hmm.
But we all know what it is. People, even if you don't have a winner, people are going in the stands going, okay, who do you think was better? I thought this was good. I thought I didn't like this, whatever. So it's going to be something. Now, if we want to argue about who is the ones that are choosing it, then we can argue about that. But to me,
Right.
it's just one event of the year. And I understand that the name is big. We talked about this last time when Jackson did it, like that the name is big. And so you don't want to possibly lose because, like you said all the time, Manny, band heads are delusional about their
Yeah, we
program,
crazy, bro.
about our program. So who are you to tell us that our program isn't the best? And then now it's like when you're in high school and you get the judges sheet. You go, who's
So you
the one
going
that's
through
judging?
you looking.
It, what's her credentials? You know what I'm saying? Like, so it really gets at the same thing, and the ego is elevated when you get to the college level because everybody is, they're in their sororities, they're in their frats. You can't tell them nothing. They've went through the program, they are loyal to the program, and it's hard for us to take a L when it has to be stated. But
Yeah.
when you look at the council, they have pretty good people. Like they got Dowell Taylor, they got people from FAM, they got people from that are respected in the HBCU community. What do you think about Bethune backing out as well as Jackson?
See, this is one caveat as I've looked over these things. I think an essential part of what problem that they have is like it's not that we signed up for this and now we're pulling out. Like this time, we didn't even sign up for this, and we still in the list. You're still using our images. You're still talking about us, and we're not submitting no clips. We're not submitting any videos, but we're subject to this adjudication that we're not even focused on and part of, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if we're not trying to win the competition and we're put in the competition in the public eye, it's looking like, well, why is Jackson State at like 8 or 9? Well, Jackson State not even trying to fit the criteria to mold and change to win this type of competition. Why is Bethune at like a 4? See, what really surprised me is Bethune because from when I see them on the rankings, they've been relatively
Mm-hmm.
higher on the list in comparison to like a public opinion in the
Right.
band world masses, right?
Right.
So I would think maybe in that case it would help them, but
Right.
um, that's not their opinion as far as Mr. Donovan Wells
Yeah.
taking. And the other caveat, and it shows about like how Bethune approaches March's band. They don't look at it as a competitive entity or
Right.
a sport. They look at it as this is a actual class
Mm-hmm.
that's on a schedule that people that are interested in music or music majors participate in as a part of their educational criteria and development, which is cool, understandable, but that is not how we operate in HBCU band culture in total, and it's kind of like a pullout to me.
Right.
But what do I expect from what we've been getting from Bethune Cookman? It
Exactly.
shows. It
Exactly.
shows. So
Yeah.
that would kind of left me scratching my head, but the caveat I get is that okay, if they're not signing up to participate, they're like, just leave us alone.
Yeah. Right. But to me, this shows, and we talked about this last week. We're gonna start taking y'all to face off court. These bands, right? And the start of that means is that you're on the clock. Last week we put Bethune the whole band on the clock, right? Because this situation shows where they're at in the culture of competitive HBCU bands. They don't align with that. You know, like that's what we talk about them wanting a new book, them changing their style a little bit. They're not budging on that at all. And now they're saying, don't even in a battle that can help us, don't even include us. Like you said, leave us alone. And to me, that is like Raja said, it's not a good look. It's weak in my opinion because you're
Mhm.
already not doing the things that the culture really wants for you to advance. But here's the thing about Bethune, they're not a failing program. So it's like Wells can say to all of us, huh, F y'all. What you mean? Like, I don't care what none of y'all have to say because
Mhm.
we're still getting people. We're
We just love
still
a talk show last week.
right. We was on the Sherry Shepherd show last week. Like, we're still getting big name things. Who cares if our book hasn't changed since 2002? This is what we're doing. So this decision went right along with how the identity of Bethune-Cookman, and it just shows how they operate. Okay, all right. But okay. Speaking of bands on the clock, since we're having a lot of love from the Capital City Battle of the Bands video on Instagram at FaceOff ATC, Norfolk State, their program followed me, my personal Instagram page. And when I saw this, I go, oh wow, this is cool, right? So then I go, well, let me go look at Norfolk State versus Hampton. They played the Battle of the Bay this weekend. Don't think because you follow me and we all cool now that I'm not really going. I hated their performance this
Oh,
week
hate it.
at
Oh,
Hampton. And I'm going to tell you why I hate it. Because Norfolk State does this all the time, bro. They go to a competition that they do well, they get clips, and then they go home and they chill. And it's like, bro, people came to Hampton to see y'all, to see the band that never seen y'all before. Give them something different. And bro, they did the same exact thing. So
yeah.
let's get into Hampton versus Norfolk State. This is at Hampton, Battle of the Bay this year. Let's get into it.
Man.
Norfolk State we beg for them. Now, Bethune, the whole band is on the clock. Norfolk State, their book is on the clock. And I'm not talking about against Hampton, because I see Tomas saying Hampton was a mess. Yes, this has nothing to do with Hampton. This is about Norfolk State as a program. They seem to dip down to whatever competition that they're at. And I absolutely hate that. So we beg for new songs from Norfolk State. They go, we're not going to give you new arrangements. We're going to give you old songs that we played in like 2010. So they started off with Over by Drake. Bro, they played that when we was in high school, bro. It's like there's nothing fun about that. It's like they just bring back any old song just because it's old. And I'm tired of Norfolk State getting away with it, bro. It does not. It's what's stopping them from getting to the next tier, and it's their book.
Right.
Their book is what's stopping them. Norfolk, you're on the clock. Don't follow me, bro. No, don't follow me.
I wrote down in my notes, dog. Norfolk has the boss mentality in their area. You know, it's like
Yeah,
think about Friday, right? They talk about how Debo wouldn't treat the people over at that block like that. They would just treat this small area.
yeah,
When we get to the East Coast, Norfolk stamps out. You know, they want to pull up on VSU at the buses. They want to bully at the games. Did great jobs at the Battle of the Bands, but they're not showing the diversity as far as the fifth quarter in their book to put the whole band world on notice, which I feel like they have the talent, the size, the instrumentation, and the quality to do as such. So when you have a band battle like Hampton, which has a classic name to it, has Battle of the Bay, there's a feeling, a desire for some expectation of something different at least. And
right,
I don't think they showed up that different. I think what they played, it was good, you know, very well. Did the NSU thing, but it left me feeling like, man, where is the thing that draws people in? Because you had what I feel like was a great Capital Battle of Bands performance. Now eyes are on Norfolk State, and that's the moment where you strike. You strike when the iron's hot. You
correct.
capitalize on the eyes being on you.
Hmm.
Where I felt like it's like, okay, we're gonna go do out what we do, and
Yeah.
you know, that's it. Just shows they didn't really capitalize on that moment, which I feel like they could have, especially with Hampton not even showing up to
Exactly.
a good quality, man.
Exactly. Let's go to Roger's comment. He says they used to have a motto of killing a fly with a sledgehammer. That seems to have been lost along the way sometimes. Exactly. Like they chill, and this is what to me is stopping them from becoming like Norfolk State. Their band should go viral every week in the band community as far as new songs, as new things, because nobody can sound how they sound. It's a different way. Utilize that. Stop trying to sound like 2006. I just don't get it. So either way, they started with Over by Drake. It was cool. And if I'm Hampton in my mind, I'm going beatable. This is how we talked about at the Capital City Battle. Beatable. It's like it's not OD crazy. It's just a song. It was cool. Now, Hampton, here's the problem with Hampton. Hampton has a identity crisis. They have an overblowing problem, in my opinion. They see a lot of these bands that are bigger than them and that are higher ranked than them, and they try to match that space. And it really doesn't really go well. So they played a rap tune back. I put Overblowing. NSU plays New Patek, boring. We heard the song last week, not exciting. What if somebody came here after they saw you at the battle and go, I want to see him. I love them. I want to see them again. And y'all playing the same things, and they're not thinking about that. I'd hate that they're not, because there's no excuse in 2025 in the band renaissance of why you have no book. Norfolk, you're on the clock. All right, I literally put bookings on the clock. Hampton plays another rap tune. We talk about double crank. Now, don't double crank if you can't, if you didn't win the first one.
Come on. Yeah, bro.
So now you know to switch it up. It's time to do something, not necessarily a ballad, but something to get the people jumping. You know, not a rap song that just crank up, tuba break, crank up, in. Something that moves the flow. I put Hampton. Where's the diversity of the book? Do not double crank if you can't do it to the first time. Hampton still overblowing, not comfortable in their skin. Now, Thomas says Hampton tries too hard, like the arrangements are too complicated for such a small band to play. Exactly. And
This is my thing about that, man. Like Hampton, okay, we say identity crisis. I feel like they feud in the band about what they want to sound like.
yeah,
Even the players, the people in the band,
yeah,
they have some people have an idea of what sounds good, and other people have a different idea of what sounds good. Even in between sections, it translates itself. It's not like they have an idea like this is the Hampton sound. We're going into it where it's like at least from Norfolk State, we get a commitment like this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do the Norfolk State thing. I don't feel like that from Hampton. And you have people trying to go in one way, and then I feel like other people is like, no, I didn't come here for this. I'm not
right.
really trying to crank up.
Mm-hmm.
It's 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 pulling them apart, man.
Yeah, Roger says Hampton should have dropped the gospel song "Can't Boo God," but that would be too much of good play calling. Like you could have won one of these rounds against them with a gospel song or with something different. Like stop trying to. And I'm glad you said that. People in their band argue about what their band try to sound like. There are people in Hampton's band that likes how Norfolk State sounds, and they want to when they see them, they want to match that. Or when they see A&T, they want to match that. It's like let's play in Hampton's sound, but that's on the director to establish that and not let all these things come on. But Hampton truly has never really had like a sound like that. So it's kind of like you have to. I don't know where you start from that, but that's not our problem. That's not our problem at all.
We got
But
pay commission fee for that one, though.
yeah, right. Yeah, we get consultation. You know,
Yeah,
get in with us. Norfolk State plays Maybach music. Same song they played at Capitol Battle of the Bands. You cannot tell me y'all don't have any other songs, Norfolk. You just can't tell me that. I said it was cool, not breathtaking. Hampton plays ballad, a new age ballad, which I thought was good, like a Kalani, Mariah the Scientist type song, which was good. Norfolk plays Behold and They Out.
But did you listen to this Behold, man? Something seemed awkward and funny with this Behold to me.
Bro, I went and listened to the 2006 Behold after this. I promise you I did. I said this cannot be the same way, but to me it's a lot slower.
Yeah.
But that song is so not complicated, but it's like you really got to be locked in to really get the fullness out of that song.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. What's your thoughts, man? Final thoughts on Norfolk State and Hampton?
I mean, I was excited this game. Coming into it, I didn't feel like it really came through. What I will say about Hampton, I appreciate the people that are like the effort, but it takes some structure, organization, and commitment, and a concept that has to translate all through the band. There's too many different ideas and concepts going on right now. I love that Hampton is actually trying, though. I will give them that. They're trying.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You just gotta do something, and I want Norfolk State to just give us some diversity, man, because the potential is there, and I guess it'll require Norfolk State going to a lot of different battle of bands competitions throughout the year for us to get some different stuff.
Right, they need to actually be like, so I guess that's a bigger, higher problem than probably even them as far as budget and stuff like that. Is to get the band to go to different places so they can really like show what they got, because otherwise, they'll just rest on, okay, we'll just play the same book from last week. And I'm saying, honestly, Norfolk, like, don't depend on that. Like, use the internet to go places. Meaning, like, record. Like, they should be recording all the time. Norfolk State really needs to utilize their media team along with the newer book to really shoot them a lot higher than the way they could go. Speaking of media teams, and this is a side note. This is my little rant about the media teams, right? Remember last week we had Bowie State in the chat? Right, we were talking about Bowie State and Fayetteville State. Yeah. Now, I'm guessing that maybe Fayetteville State didn't come to the game. I didn't see any clips of them, right? But Bowie State, these bands have to realize it's 2025. Your band needs a Facebook, a YouTube, a TikTok, a Instagram, and they need to be, as soon as your band is done, I don't care if the band didn't show up, post clips of just y'all. Like, y'all are missing going up tiers because of small things like this. Bowie State, I'm like, okay, well, maybe I'm going to go on their page. Couldn't find nothing. I'm like, well, even if the band were there, maybe they still posted them in the stands. Couldn't find nothing. Like, there's no excuse anymore. There's no excuse for band media to be lacking in the way that it is. And they have a page, it is not consistent. So that's really on them. They already have the outlet. It's just not consistent. And so that's how you really grow people. So I'm starting to think y'all want to be consistent at where y'all are at, because small things like the book, Norfolk State, like the media team, Bowie State, could really grow your audience and grow your exposure. What do you think about the media team in this state before we move on to the next?
Man, because I was really looking for these clips. I'm like, man, we had Bowie State in the chat last week, man. Let me make sure I look at this, and I look online. I'm like, okay, I'm scrolling. I really don't see nothing. And I went to the upload it. You could do the little extra settings. This is how I do my deep dive YouTube. Upload it 2 days ago, 24 hours ago, 10 minutes ago. Couldn't find anything.
Right.
I was like, man, like what's going on with this, man? So I don't know if the band performed. I don't know who showed up. And we're gonna let the days and age like, well, if the clip's not there, it didn't happen.
That's exactly how I feel about Texas Southern. I want to talk about Texas Southern and UAPB. I only saw like one-off clips of them, like somebody on somebody's page, and I'm like, I guess it didn't happen. Like if the university or if the famous band people, Killer Kev, Showtime Webb, all of them, if they're not there, then it truly didn't happen for people that were not there. So they have to do a better job with including the rest of the world. Everybody's not going to be able to travel to all these places. We need the clips in order for us to see it, and that's as important, if not more, than the performance itself. And I need the media teams, the bands, to start realizing that. Putting yourself out there, that's how these bands like Virginia Union or whatever start to gain traction, because they're putting their clips out there. So don't be ashamed. Get somebody from the school that's, it's easy to do all that. All right. So yeah, that's my little rant, because we missing battles.
Or with some extra cell phone clips. I don't care. You don't got to get the super fancy cameras. You don't got to post up with the big things on the
I need the super fancy. I need a media team YouTube page and a camera. And I need, when they on the bus, when y'all get from the bus, they edit it, and when y'all get to the hotel, they post it using the Wi-Fi. That's what I'm talking about. All right. All right. Yeah, no, because we missing clips, man. I want to talk about Texas State, Texas Southern, and UAPB. It's like we didn't even get the clip, so we only got one other band to talk about.
Today. Yeah, man.
Oh no, we got two. I didn't see Virginia Union versus Winston, but since we just mentioned them,
yes.
Go ahead and talk about them.
That was a good battle, man. So it was a major style clash. What I will say about Virginia Union, week to week, they are improving. They have a really intense and full sound this week, man. It was very powerful, strong. Tubas off the chain. That had me noticing. I'm like, man, Virginia got the state of Virginia all around band-wise have some really good tubas this year, man. So shout out to the state of Virginia tubas, man. So Virginia Union came in strong. I can see they're building the book up. They're doing like, I can't remember the songs in particular. Oh, they had Novocaine. You gotta check that one out. That was
I saw it on Instagram. I saw it on Instagram, people. I saw that on Instagram. I didn't have to watch. I saw it on Instagram. That's my point. That's how people consume content. Sorry, go ahead.
So, but yeah, man, they was real forceful. What I did like about Winston-Salem, I saw better Winston-Salem versus Union than we saw at Capital Battle Band. So I appreciated that. They had some vigor to them. They had some aggressiveness into them, and really didn't back down from the fight. What I will say about Union is that I can tell that they are developing at a fast pace, but everybody is not developing in the same way.
Right.
The trumpets are like shooting off, euphoniums going crazy, trombones is real solid, F horns, they not really in the mix with the other players yet. Not saying they're doing a bad job, but I can see that other people are excelling in the sections far beyond the mellophone section. And then they can get some woodwinds in there too. They got some years down the line, just to make that the full package for them. But I was excited to hear them, and it's a real special treat that we get from Virginia Union this year, man.
Now let me ask you this, because watching this Norfolk State battle and then hearing you talk about this battle, I think that a good battle is Norfolk State versus Virginia Union, simply because, like you said, the intensity. I feel like if Norfolk State had to see bands like Virginia Union, they would really get up on the A game. And I would love to see that battle. Who do you think would win out of that battle based on like now, book, and everything?
I think Norfolk State would win, because I just don't see them treating Virginia Union the same way, because Norfolk State has like an ego. They got ego, band arrogance, right? So it's not like the same Hampton we've been bullying on. This is not like the same Virginia State we bullying on. We see Virginia Union up and coming over there, sounding powerful, and we want to say like, okay, there's levels to this.
Right.
So that's what I'm thinking. Do I think that it can be so all the way? It depends on the setting. You put them in the fifth, I think Union could take it. But Norfolk does like the gym battle things and such, as they're like dome territory, is where they show a lot of these extra things that we want from Norfolk State, and I think they could take a situation like that. Yeah. I know we have the comment about the Mellows are supported, and I know that they're playing. Where I want their color is not in the sound as much. Their color is not in the sound as much.
Yeah, man. The reason I asked is just because I just want to see, like we're talking about Norfolk State, and I just want to see them have some competition. And I don't like the fact that they jump based on who they're playing. Like, I don't think that's a good band. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That changes up depending on
you're
your
right.
point.
Like, and they do that all the time, and nobody talks about it because when they show up, they show out. But we have to. If y'all want to stay where y'all at, then that's cool. But the face off, we're gonna push you guys. All right, we're not gonna take mediocrity, and you're coming to court with us. The whole thing about the court thing as well. Bethune is on the clock until the whole season until we see something that's changed. If not, we're not even going to discuss Bethune when it comes to their matchups. That's what we're going to do until we see a different change or some viral news comes up.
They
Norfolk
got me
State
this week because they was on hush order. Then they dropped the letter.
right, yeah, they had to. Right, they wanted to make a splash in the news if they could, you know. All right, so this is the last one I saw, and this again helped me come up with the topic, which is your band on autopilot? This battle that we're about to talk about is what made me think of that, because man, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I thought this battle was very boring as well, and that was Alabama A&M and Jackson State.
I was anticipating this one, man.
Now, Jackson State just has done a lot. They came off of a boombox. It's a lot of energy. I didn't see the same Jackson State I saw last week. Now, so sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down. I felt like the energy. I mean, of course, I feel like they took the battle, but I don't feel like the energy was up at all. I feel like they were just there just so they didn't have to get fined. What do you think about the battle in totality, Alabama A&M versus Jackson?
So my theme for this battle is can't play their game, but ... What is our game? And this was mostly targeted toward A&M, right? So I'm going to this battle. The first thing they play is "That's the Way Love Is" Bobby Brown.
Bobby Brown.
Right. Jackson State has played this like a couple times over the years. So I'm sure they're aware and know that. And then looking at how they start this fifth with Jackson State versus looking at how they started versus Bethune, and then even going back versus a Tennessee State, they had more confidence with it.
Right.
You can take the role of we're not about to sit here and go back and forth, blow for blow with Jackson State. That's not our play. But the confidence wasn't there. When I look down the list and see the individual songs they played in the fifth, I'm like, that's a pretty good matchup of songs. But then when I look, that's what I'm talking about, like zooming in and seeing the eyes of the players. They're not really invested in this. I don't feel like they knew what Rocket Love, like really knew Rocket Love. They played it, it was pretty okay, but there was no connection and real connection and vibe that goes with like a Rocket Love or something like that, right?
Yeah.
And to Jackson State, I feel as though I had some intensity, but I felt like they turned it back. Like, A&M is going to try to be clean with us. So we're going to dial it back a little bit and make sure our ducks in a row, we make sure we're playing clean and doing a style that's unique. I like the play calling as far as list by list because they play a lot of stuff. This is just jams.
Yeah.
Real good jams. Shout out to the 3LW song they dropped. I thought that was real cool. I know they played the A. Marie joint that they did in Boombox. That translated well. So I really can't be mad. Is this the best Jackson State we've seen this year? No, I feel like there's still upper quality though.
Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna go down the list. I'm gonna mention some of the songs you just named. A&M started with "That's the Way Love Is" by Bobby Brown. Jackson State came back with "Somebody's Watching Me," which is cool. I like it. I just doesn't that round. That immediately I said, the energy in this round is not the best. A&M play. You said the Stevie Wonder song. Jackson State came back with "No More" by 3LW, which I thought was good. Broken Promises. I thought that was good. I never really heard a band play that before. I thought that was good. I put "Overall Energy Is Down." Then they played Johnny Quest theme. I put that was Alabama A&M. Do the Johnny Quest theme. Jackson State played "Careless Whisper." A&M played "Dumb and Dumber" by I think Lil Baby. Jackson State played "To Fall in Love," the A. Marie song. A&M played "Legends." Everybody in the comments liked it, but I feel like A&M sounds bad. Everybody said the tubas are overblown, sounds bad, as well as the UFOs. I said best song of the night was Jackson State's last song, "Dog Days." I think it's by Drake. The last song. I thought that was good. That was the best song of the night. But yeah, overall, man, look, guys, we've had a great season. I need you guys to lock back in because it feels like a lot of these bands are on autopilot this week. Again, a lot going on, homecoming. But that battle really,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I wanted more energy. Like I said, that battle against A&M versus Tennessee State was like, I mean, A&M is like coming here like the energy was crazy, and I thought that they were going to have that energy, and Jackson State was going to feel that energy. So it was just going to be them trying to level up each other, but it was just them chilling, like, and I'm like, So yeah, any last words on the A&M versus Jackson State?
It was just like, for me, it was just about attitude. Because when I look down, it's like, they played the right notes, they sounded good, but the attitude, conviction, and confidence wasn't at the level where I felt like they took the battle. I'm like, nah,
Yeah,
it just seemed like we're gonna do an A&M and we're gonna be a good A&M, but it didn't feel like we're going to be the A&M that's going to win and put on a great showcase.
definitely. All right, guys. Well, let's move on to next week predictions. You know how we do. We're going to say the two bands, and you just put who you think is going to be the best. Either put in the chat. Let's start off with Alabama A&M versus Mississippi Valley. Yo, A&M got a hell of a schedule. God
Come on,
damn.
dog. I'll go A&M, dog. I'll go A&M.
I'm going Mississippi Valley, bro. Valley's going about to go crazy on A&M. You crazy. I'm going Valley. Southern versus Bethune-Cookman. Bethune, you know what? Stop. Next. We're not talking about Bethune-Cookman. North Carolina Central versus FAMU.
Oh, wow.
This is going to be good. This is going to be a good battle, yo. If Central could come out here and not play FAM's game, but give them something different, we're going to have a good showing from Central. What you think?
Man, yeah. I'll go Central. I want Central. I want Central. I'll go like that.
I'm going to go FAM. We got different matchups. We got different decisions this week. Texas Southern versus Grambling.
Oh, Texas.
Texas Southern. But Grambling has been sounding pretty good, though.
Yes, absolutely.
Ooh. Bama State versus Jackson State.
This is
This is going to be great.
the Jackson State Bama State homecoming matchup. I don't know why they love to schedule Bama State at Jackson State on homecoming, but it's at Jackson. It's homecoming. Traditionally, Bama State has won this battle.
Right.
I'm gonna go Bama State.
Really?
Yes,
This is gonna be interesting, man. I'm like, this is probably gonna be one of my favorite. I mean, I've seen people talk about the game is gonna be really interesting, like the football game, because both of the football teams are pretty good. But this is gonna be this might be the best battle of hopefully the year, hopefully, because it's a lot of
go ahead.
It's a lot of energy. Go ahead.
I'm trying to do the reverse psychology with Jackson State. You know what I'm saying?
Right. yeah. I'm like, wow, you pick, but Bama State got a lot going on. He said I got Bama too. Damn. I don't know, man. It's gonna be good. I'm excited to really come back and talk about this. When I see that video uploaded very quickly, I might add, I'm gonna click it very quick, very fast. I'm gonna be very excited. All right, North Carolina A&T versus South Carolina State. It is homecoming.
A&T.
Yo, South Carolina State. This how you come through. You come through in this battle, and you give A&T. If you shake them up, I'm for real. This gonna be a really good showing out for you. Like this, like y'all don't understand how many eyes are gonna be there. G-Ho, people gonna be recording. This can be a really good showing for South Carolina State. I haven't really seen them that much this year, but if they can really come in the fifth, especially, and do something different, I don't know, man. I don't know. I might. I don't know. I'm gonna go with A&T, but I feel like South Carolina State can shake it up a little bit.
I think, man. Give them 2 rounds. We need two definite clear rounds, and we might just
pass to South Carolina State. All right, we'll see. Clark Atlanta versus Albany State.
Albany State.
Albany State, yeah. Savannah State versus Allen. Allen has a band? I'm not sure. Maybe they do. If they do, I go on Savannah State. Fort Valley State versus Benedict. Well, this is not happening because of the band is not there.
Sorry, Benedict, man.
Virginia State versus Bowie State. Virginia State.
I'll go Bowie.
I'm going Virginia State because Virginia State loves to bully smaller. Small bands love to bully smaller bands. And I feel like they're going to get, big bro syndrome. And it's in Bowie. Yeah, man. Virginia State, but yeah, they're going to have a good time. Central State versus Morehouse. Central State.
Central.
Damn, Toman said Bowie. How y'all going, Bowie or Virginia State? I feel like Virginia State's more battle
I
tested.
mean, we seen it. Well, we seen the clips when they did the 3-way. We
True,
like Bowie.
true, true. But I feel like a full battle with them two. I don't know if Bowie has enough songs to match. I don't know. Well, hopefully they post it and we see it. Shout out to Virginia State and Bowie State.
Posted, dog.
All right, Virginia Union versus Elizabeth City. Elizabeth City's about to get ran through.
Union.
Union. Livingstone versus Fayetteville State.
Fayetteville.
Fayetteville State. I haven't seen much of Livingstone at all. Kentucky State versus Edward Waters. Kentucky State. Kentucky State. Last one, Winston-Salem and Shaw.
I'll just go with the same. I haven't seen Shaw this year.
Yeah, we got to go Winston. I've seen a little bit of Shaw, but they're not as they ain't just come getting cranked on. Like they ain't just come from getting cranked on from Virginia Union. So I feel like Winston has a lot of steam, and I have to go check out that battle because I'm mad I didn't see it. But Winston has a lot of steam built up. All right, guys, that was this week's predictions.
Yes, man.
Hey, man, our topic for tonight was: is your band on autopilot? As we've seen this week, kind of a slip in the showings from these bands. Like you said, we got homecoming, we got a lot of things coming up, but I don't know, man.
Whatever y'all got going on. Man.
Different things going on, right? You started to think you might fail the semester. A lot of things going on. A lot of hazing allegations. All the stuff is going on, and we don't know. We just, as the fans, we just want a good product. We don't care about none of that. And I need staff to understand that too. All right? Just for a reminder, Bethune-Cookman is on the clock. We will not talk about Bethune until we've seen some different actions from them as a program. Their news coming out this week about them, exiting out of the ESPN Band of the Year Battle of the Bands. I don't know. It just wasn't a good look for me. So that and Norfolk State's book is on the clock. Their book is on the clock. Not the band.
The program, no.
No, the program is fine. The book is. So that's going to be brought to trial in FaceOff court in the coming weeks. All right, guys. Anything else? Oh, who was your band of the week before we close out?
Oh, goodness. Overall product, I got to go with Jackson State, man. Even though it wasn't my absolute best Jackson State, they still did great, man. I don't think I haven't given Jackson State a battle of the week. I've been trying to hold off, not trying to play favoritism. Trying to be cool, but they got it.
Yeah. I think I'm going to go with Jackson State, too, just because they had the best showing of all the bands that we've seen. Texas Southern did pretty good from the clips that I saw, but I didn't see the full package. So I'm going to go with Jackson State as well. But I still needed some more energy for them. You know what? Virginia is not a bad choice to have them as band of the week.
Yeah, I thought about it. I seen the clip, but I'm just like, man, if I put them head to head, like, it's just too much going on at Jackson right now to just give that to them when I know Virginia Union is still developing into themselves.
What doesn't mean that you have to put them side by side. They could just be on their levels. Who do you thought did better?
No, but then it's like if I put it that way, I would never end up giving Jackson State their credit. I would just never.
Right, because it's kind of right. All right, New Black History, which is Drew, says backing out of the ESPN, whoop-de-doo. You don't care, man. Y'all don't care about Bethune not being included. Bethune came through with the type of like we were good with the big ego energy, and Bethune is trying to show y'all their place in the band world right now. It was like we don't got to. We're Bethune, bro.
What just kind of psyched me out is like in my mind, it's like shoot, my band had mine. I'm like, this is Bethune's lane. Like this is the Bethune thingy. Like this is what we won't see Bethune do anything in the different fifth, but we may see like a Bethune get a 2-3 year stretch of winning ESPN Band of the Year. Right. I guess not.
Guess not. All right, guys. Well, we appreciate you guys for another week. You can follow the page at FaceOff ATC. You can also follow the page at It's a FaceOff, the whole complete brand. You can follow me on all social media at Horatio Radio.
Yes, absolutely. You can follow me at V for Vidal on Instagram and follow the page.
Yeah, man. We have a lot of great I think they're posting every single day. So you're gonna, can't get away from us. All right, guys. We appreciate it. Jackson State was the band of the week this week from both of us. So we shout out to Jackson State for the band of the week. And we will see you guys next week.
See y'all later, man. Peace.
FaceOff is a media and entertainment network creating dynamic spaces for band culture and music competition.
And at heart, we are community creators that are focused on building innovative experiences to express our culture authentically.
Founded by Javon Austin and Rich Trotman, FaceOff launched with On the Kit.
So On the Kit is a three-way versatile drum battle league where drummers compete head-to-head for 4 quarters for the title of the ultimate all-around drummer.
The champion himself.
That feeling right there is just what drives me.
Amazing. I mean, your strength, your agility, the power that you play with is crazy, insane.
At face value, we're a multimedia and entertainment company where we want to be the go-to hub for all things of our band culture. So from show-style marching band to stage band to the drums and more. So when it comes to providing information, broadcasting, and engagement, we want to be that space.